Hi all, so I know it's been a while since I did update the car, so if this video we're gonna go over some of my other friend cars do the same way too if I do so. So this video is gonna be called why do we end up with the 2020 Subaru Outback XT Onyx edition instead of the other cars we test drove. So we're gonna go over why we test drove, why we liked about it, and why we did not like it, and why we ended up with this car. So where we start with, so the favorite car we test drove was we actually test drove it in December 2018. That was the all new 2019 Toyota RAV4. Now the one we test drove was a red XLE Premium with. Now there's two for the 2019 and 2020 model year. They are two XLEs. We had the base XL. We had the XLE with the cross suites, and we had the XL Premium that gets you the leather seats, the heated seats, and Kuri also gets you heated steering wheel if you get the cold weather package. But we didn't like it because we were a big fan of the way it worked, especially the flat air, because the flat air has a more aggressive sporty work, and we don't like the way sporty works. It felt too aggressive for us. Also, the one we test drove had the 90-inch wheels, so it actually rolled more like a truck than a crossover. So that's the other. And unfortunately, if you get the XLE Premium, Ultimate, Adventure, and the Sport X SE, you're stuck with the 90-inch wheels. You have to get either the basic LE or the XLE with the cross wheels in order to get the small 70-inch wheels. The next vehicle we test drove was the April 2019, was the 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe Ultimate. Now, originally we went there to test drove a Hyundai Tucson, but we decided to test drive both of them. So it was a 2019 Santa Fe. It was the rear model. It was front wheel drive, and it had the basic 2.4 4-cylinder, so it did not have the upgraded two-liter turbo engine. So it was good, but it was a bit big for us. Also, it was a bit on the pricey side. So the next vehicle we test drove was a 2019 Hyundai Tucson Ultimate. So so the Hyundai Tucson we test drove was a fully loaded Ultimate, which included the front heated seats, also cool seats. It also had the heated steering, also had the rear heated seats too. In order to get those features, in order to get the correct cool seats, rear heated seats, and heated steering, we actually had to go for the Ultimate trim. The next vehicle we test drove was a 2019 Subaru Forester. Now, the one we test drove was a fully loaded touring model. Now, unfortunately, if it was not much fair, it was like a brown color. That was actually a second choice of our favorite vehicles we test drove, so we kept that on the list. The next vehicle we test drove was a 2019 Honda CR-V EXN. Now, there are some good points about the CR-V. We decided we liked the outside. Also, the interior felt very nice. And also the interior felt bigger than the older series, because the old CR-Vs, the interior space was very small, but for the new ones, they actually made this side big. Also, they made the interior quite better, but we didn't like the way it drove because it was a bit too sporty. It drove a bit sporty. Also, we didn't like this. Also, the 1.5 turbo engine, it started a bit rough on the rough side, and we didn't like the sound of it. Also, it felt a bit wacky too, so that's why we did test it. The next vehicle we test drove was a 2019 Buick Envision. Now, the first one we test drove was a 2019 Premium 2, so it's fully loaded. It also included the upgrade 2.0 turbo 4-cylinder engine, making, I think it was making what, 250 horsepower. Also had the 9-speed automatic transmission. We did like that too, but the second time we didn't like it. And the next vehicle we test drove was a 2019 Weekend XT. Now, it was a very nice car too. So it had the fancy, it was very fancy, but we didn't like the way it drove. Also, the acceleration felt rough. Also, we didn't like how the brakes felt rough. Also, we didn't like the imitation mouse. Also, we did not like the most part we didn't like was the push button transmission selector, which is park, reverse, neutral, and drive. It was also all push button, so that's the reason why we didn't like that one. So fast forward to September 2019, the first vehicle we test drove again was a 2019 Buick Envision. Now, the one we test drove was the it was the mid-trim, and it had the small 2.5 engine, making 190 horsepower. It had the 6-speed automatic transmission. This when we test drive one, we did not like it because it still had the issue with the acceleration being off, and also the brake pedal being off. So that's why we did test drive our either. So for the next vehicle we test drove was a 2019 Subaru Crosstrek. Now, we originally went to the dealership to test drove a Forester. Unfortunately, they didn't have any except for the basic model, so that's why we decided to test drive a Crosstrek instead. But we didn't like it very much. It was a bit too sporty. Also, it was very small. The rear had the back seat was very tight. So, yeah, the back seat was very tight. It also was a bit too sporty. So the next vehicle we test drove was a Subaru Outback. Now, the one we test drove was a XT Onyx edition like this one, but this one was the green interior. Now, as we were about to buy that one, unfortunately, the dealership we got a note for the factory that there might be a recall. There might be a recall issue on this 2020 Subaru Outbacks. And unfortunately, it was going to be a while before we could actually get the proper fix. The recall was actually a screw with the brake pedal. So that's the reason why we had to wait for a while. So the next week we decided to test drive a few Subarus, a few hard to say. So the first car we test drove again was a 2019 Subaru Forester Premium. Now the Premium is one step below above the base amount, so it had the quad seats, but it did have heated seats. But it also had the small infotainment system. At the second time, we did like also we won't ever see the second time. It still had the 2019 Forester still have a more boxy look to feel, and we really didn't like this, so that's why we did not have to get the Forester Affair. We test drove a 2019 Honda 2 Safari. Now the second one we test drove had the smaller two-liter 4-cylinder, making 160 horsepower, but we didn't like it that way because the acceleration was slow. Also, we didn't like the cross seats. The cross seats felt rough, and the back seat was very small. So that's why we did not get the Honda Tucson. And then we test drove a 2019 Honda Tucson SEL. Now the SEL is the middle choice, so it gives you the heated seats, also gives you the bigger screen, gives you blind spot monitoring, and gives you everything you want. But we just didn't like it very much. We did the Subaru, so before we got this Subaru, we actually test drove two more Subaru Outbacks. The first one, we test drove a green Subaru Outback Premium. Now, the first one we test drove, the Premium, it had the basic 2.5 engine flat 4, making 182 horsepower. I'm not saying the engine was terrible, was that bad, but we didn't like the basic 2.52 miles because it was a bit sluggish. Also, we did also it sounded a bit more rough. It sounded like it was a bit having more hard time. So that's why we had to upgrade this vehicle, the 2020 Subaru Outback XT Deluxe Edition. Now I go, so that's what we got. So we do a quick start of it. So it now has 4,126 miles on. Yeah, the one copy right. So 4,126 miles on. So every the interior does hold very well. So the last time you saw the interior was actually where they did my vlog pick this up. So yeah, so everything's always very good. We love it. The reason we got the Subaru Forester, the Subaru Outback over the Forester, because the interior is very nice. Like we got this leather soft touch right here. We got, the interior is very nice in this car. So, and also this also feels more smooth for the Forester one. So that's why we got this one instead. And we love the 11.6 infotainment, so it's very nice. The only thing we don't like is the heated seat function. Now, in order to get to the heated seat, you actually have to push this and go to here. So that's the only thing we don't like about it. We kind of wish we would just put buttons for the heated seats instead of the But other than we like it, this also includes Android and Apple CarPlay. So that's it for now. I will talk to her. I promise you, once the weather gets a bit nicer, I will actually do a full tour. I will actually do another tour video of this car later. Anyways, I'll talk to her. Bye bye.